how to use them. And this is really important, and then, you know, the door opens and revelation, epiphany, things like this. But the thing is that, because we're going to start talking about Skype, as you know, it's a tool that is in a cloud storage. I mean, it's a wireless thing. You can talk to people. You don't have to have a phone. You can have video calls. Now, the thing is, very many students of mine, they don't really know how to use Skype, and there are actually some of them who don't even have an account on Skype, so they don't know how to start. There are some lessons. When I asked them, we have these conversational skills, and there are these topics and exercises where they have to exercise and practice phone conversations. And I hear and read a lot on the internet that teachers just tell their students, you know, all right, write a dialogue, right, you know, about the phone conversation, and imagine that there is a person, and then you write your own answers, and then the question, and so on and so forth. And that didn't really work for me, and I thought it didn't really work for them either. So at first I really have to explain them, like literally step by step, what they have to do in order to use Skype. And the first thing you do is you tell them, you know, download Skype, and it's really easy. Just type in Google, download Skype. Maybe download the latest Skype if you really want the latest version. Of course, there are some steps, as I said, you have to take. You have to install it, and you have to tell them how you do it, which is also very easy because you can find easy instructions on the internet. Everything is about, I mean, when you want something and you don't know how to do it, Google is there for you. It's like your best friend sometimes. The thing is, after you install it, you have to record it. Students don't know how to do that. Then you have to explain them also how to record their Skype conversation, which very many people don't know how to record a Skype conversation, and it's not that difficult. After which, you also have to ask them to save it and then send it to you via email, and this also might be a problem for them. And then you actually might get a little bit frustrated as a student. Right? You get to the point where, I mean, install, download, install, save, like record, where, what? Well, there's a solution, and like really simple solution to that. And I found that just giving instructions to them, like really simple, plain instructions. This is an extract from one of my emails that I sent to my students. So this is me, and these are the step-by-step instructions which they all found very useful, meaning really step-by-step. First download, install, how to record and save. You probably can't see it very well there, but I'll get to the record. We'll see how it works. And then, alright, you have downloaded Skype, installed it, how to use it, right? And that's why you're here. You want to know how to use Skype for teaching. There are some really cool and nice activities that you can use inside the classroom and also outside the classroom. First, I was really thinking about this. Should I write to you all the ways you can you know, just use Skype, or should I just show you pictures? And I think it's a little bit. I think it's better if you write what you want to write than me telling you what to write. So I'm just going to talk about it. First of all, it's really easy. You can have conversations on Skype with different people from different countries. Now, you can have this, for example, rather than just talking about it, I'll just show you, right?
He's not picking up.
Hello.
Hi.
Where's your video?
Let me just start my webcam.
Alright.
Greetings, I hope everyone can see me well.
So, this is my friend Sila, and
Hi.
Sila, let me introduce you to the class, right?
Sorry, can you speak up a bit?
Let me introduce you to the class. It's okay for you.
Ah, alright. Wow, thickness.
How are you feeling, Sila?
Awesome, excited.
Good, I'm too. I'm actually nervous, but yeah. So the thing is that you can have these really easy Skype conversations with people all over the world. For example, Sinan, where are you right now?
I'm in Timișoara.
But you exactly, you're in Timișoara, Romania, right? But your nationality is?
Hungarian. I'm Hungarian. Magyar vagyok, valakiért.
All right. So let's start with the easiest. I think the easiest way and the one thing that everybody is really curious about, how to record Skype conversations. So the thing is that if you already have called someone, Silah, is it okay if I just cancel the call and call you back again?
Oh, you forgot to start Pamela. Okay.
No, actually I started and it's already recording. So we're just going to take a look at it, all right?
Sure, sure.
So the thing is that you have this application that's called Pamela, like real Pamela Anderson, but it's like a virtual tool. Alright, so the thing is that Pamela, which you can easily download, and I'm just going to show you how. You just go to Tools, Apps, and it's already on my Skype, but you can click on Get Apps, and the new window should open. I installed Google Chrome because Explorer was just really pissing me off. So the thing that you can do is just type in what you want, in this case Pamela. And also the Hungarian keyboard doesn't have me at all. So it will give you some options, meaning you have a basic edition, you also have a business edition and the professional edition. Now the one that you want is the basic edition because that's for free. The rest you have to pay for. But the thing is that even with the basic edition, you can record video up to, and also obviously voice, up to 15 minutes. And I think for a teacher in a classroom, 15 minutes is more than enough. You don't really need more than that. So you just have to get it now or later, as you wish. And after which it's installed, you call a person and Pamela will ask you directly. So this Skype call is a video call. According to your settings, Skype video and audio can be recorded. So you can choose, do you want video or audio? And in this case, you choose video. So while we're talking, and Silah is sitting there very nicely. Silah, could you please, yeah, that's great. could you please, tell us your, the verses from Z? V?
Oh,
sorry?
gladly.
Yeah, please.
So as an introduction, in view a humble, vulnerability veteran, cast vicariously as both victim and villain by the vicissitudes of fate. This visage, no mere veneer of vanity, stands as vestige of the vox populi now vacant, vanished. However, this valorous visitation of a bygone vexation stands vivified and has vowed to vanquish these venal and virulent fang-guarding vermin, fast-taking vice and the viciously voracious violation of volition. The verdict is vengeance, a vendetta held as a votive, not in vain, for the value and veracity of such shall one day vindicate the vigilant and the virtuous. Verily, this vicious as reappears most of us, so let me simply add that it is my very good honor to meet you, and you may call me Silah.
I know you haven't seen that, but those are applauses. Right?
Why hasn't Silah got credits here? It just says you.
Well, you know, it doesn't say even at the door that I'm here, so I'm actually not here. So the thing is, if you're finished, you can just go to Pamela directly, and you can stop recording just by clicking stop. And you always answer no because they want you to buy Pamela. So. And after which you can just double click. Oh, it's still playing. So I'm sorry, Silah, I have to call you back.
All right.
Bye. All right. So now you can watch it again and enjoy again the vivacious musician and everything else. The thing is that you can ask, yes.
Sorry for interrupting. Does the other person know that you're recording them?
No,
And
I
do you
forced
need
him
their
to learn
permission?
these verses. I forced him to learn. No, I'm kidding. Absolutely, yeah, he knows.
So they get a notification that
you're... They get a pop-up that Pamela is trying to record your conversation, and you can allow it or deny it.
Aha, okay, thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome.
The lawyer of Sila.
Sorry?
So she's looking after Sila.
Yes!
Szilard, right. I want to make sure Szilard is protected.
I actually asked him before whether he's alright with me broadcasting him, and he said no, so I didn't broadcast him.
When it's recording, is it recording from your microphone?
Yes.
So does the student, are they like lower in the mix? Is it a lower volume of the student that you're speaking to?
So if his volume has to be lowered?
When you're recording it from your computer,
yeah.
When you listen back to it, is the student's volume a bit lower because it's...
We can hear
well, let's listen to it. What? And I normally don't use media player either. VLC. It has
now's your version from vermin, fast-escaping bison, the viciously voracious.
So volume's quite good.
The only verdict is
a
vendetta.
Alright. So rather than asking my students to write down the dialogue, I actually ask them to either make a video call if they have a business class and have a video conference about a certain topic, or I actually ask them to have a conversation on Skype without necessarily recording the video, but just the voice. And let me just give you an example, so that you don't think I'm just inventing this stuff. My students actually did this, and I had a group of students. They were, I think, 5 people who had the conversation at the same time on certain. They had, so you don't have to use it necessarily only for phone conversations. You can use it as, and I'm going to use the very technical term now, asynchronous learning and dialogue, meaning that if not everyone has time to come into class and be there at the debate when you're talking about a certain topic, you can ask them to do it from their own home using Skype. And this is what one of my students sent me. This is a dialogue. It was like, it's a conversation debate, like 13-15 minutes long.
Technology can be good. So
this was recorded on Skype, and I'm just going to give you an example of the conversation that they had.
Waves are unhealthy. The microwaves are unhealthy for our body.
yes, I agree with you. Unhealthy, but you use ice. In my case, I use microwave to, I don't know, daily. So do I.
Maybe.
Anyways, moving on. Right?
Yes, and you can also buy, sorry for interrupting, you can also buy a plastic thingy where it will rob you only 10 minutes of your life to make a beautiful orange juice.
Excellent. So as you can see, this is after we discussed in the classroom how some conversational skills, how you can ask for opinion, give opinion, continue a debate, meaning okay, we can move on now and try to interrupt politely. And they actually tried and used all these techniques in the conversation at home when they had time. They didn't feel stressed in the classroom, and it wasn't like, okay, we just did this like 5 minutes ago, how the hell am I supposed to do it like 5 minutes after you just taught us? And it was a lot more comfortable for them doing this from their own home. Alright, let me get back to the presentation. Alright.
Sorry, just a question.
Sure.
So did your class actually come together after class at
Yeah.
another time and
Yeah,
have this
absolutely.
conversation?
They exchanged IDs, Skype IDs, and then they just chatted and then had a conversation at certain point. I think it was in the weekend.
And what do you do with the recording when you get it?
I listen to it and I give them feedback. So it's really good way of giving appropriate and accurate feedback instead of just listening to your class in the classroom, where you can be a little bit subjective, meaning you might forget some things that your colleagues were talking about in the conversation. You might overlook something, but when you have the conversation recorded, you always can go back, forward it, and you can give them proper examples of the mistakes that they've made or the things that they've done great, and you want to outline them. So
In email or in the...
Email, yeah. Yeah. So I get them on my email address, and then I just reply to them.
Do you get them to give themselves feedback? Would you give it to
Oh
them
yeah,
to
I
listen?
always ask the first question I ask them always is like, how was it for you? Was it alright for you? Did you feel comfortable, more comfortable than in the classroom? And not surprisingly at all, they always feel it's more comfortable doing it from home.
What I mean is, I mean, that's good, but what I meant was,
Yeah.
do you get them to listen to and to spot their own
Oh yeah,
mistakes?
definitely. Sometimes, not all the time. It depends on the task. If it's a phone conversation, I just received an email like a week ago because I did this again, the Skype, with two of my students who had to have a phone conversation on what was it? Yeah, a complaint. So they had to complain about something that happened in the hotel, and they actually made the transcript. They made a transcript to the recording, and they analyzed it themselves so that it was correct. So that's amazing. Yeah. So yeah, they do that, and they do that sometimes on their own, without me telling them. All right. What you can also do. This might be a little bit scary, but it's not at all. You can create stories with Skype, and really connected stories, meaning you can create actually chain stories. It's really easy. You do it exactly. You can do it with Skype. You can do it also with just a recorder. The thing is with Skype, you can also do it with a different person. So, for example, if you want to, let's say, drill with them narrative dances or just how to describe a story, how to tell a story. You can ask two people to